Gavin, she's become one of the most talked about women on television since stealing the show on Netflix's selling Sunset, transforming from a reality TV sensation to a global brand.
And although she's been part of the This Morning family for a while now, showing us the homes of the rich and famous, this is actually her very first time in the studio. We are delighted to have you here. When we kept going down the line to LA, we were like, you must come in. And here you are.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, see you guys in the flesh finally, and I'm just so happy to be in London.
So how come with the schedule that you've got over there, you've got time to get over here? Because you've wrapped season 4.
We wrapped 4.
And you're recording
5. Yep.
Right. So is this in between?
This was just a little break for me. Right. I told them, I said, I had priorities, I got to go to London.
Well, listen, everybody's like gagging at the bit for the next series to come out, because although you're filming series 5, we're waiting for series 4.
Yes.
So when is it coming? It's been over a year.
Well, I mean, I guess I heard that it's going to be sometime around, I don't know, turkey time, Thanksgiving, somewhere around there. Hopefully before Christmas. It'll be a nice little gift for you guys.
How have you done it without problems with COVID?
You know, it's really difficult, but, you know, we do our best. We had a little COVID scare, unfortunately, recently, but we do our best. We're really safe. The crew, the cast, everyone, you know, we take all precautions.
You must have been one of the first people in America to actually contract it.
Yes, I was. I had COVID actually at my wedding, December. We were in Hong Kong and Dubai, and I felt so sick. I was on 3 rounds of antibiotics, and there was no explanation as to why I was so sick.
Nobody knew what it was.
No one knew what it was. And then February, COVID came out, and I realized that's what it was. And we were filming, and it was awful. But you know, thank goodness I have not contracted it again.
But so on your wedding day, you must have been feeling, I mean, you look incredible. So how did you sort of patch yourself together to be able to get through that?
Steroids, girl.
Really?
I got a doctor. If you need his number, let me know.
Right.
But he put me on steroids and antibiotics, and that, you know, it helped, but I wasn't 100%, but, you know, it was one of the best days of my life, so I just had to pull it together.
And then, of course, since then, look at that beautiful day.
My God.
It was
since
incredible.
Then, a baby.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes, I have a 4-month-old baby boy.
And how is that?
It's amazing. You know, I never thought I could love anyone more than myself, but then I had a baby and I was like, oh my goodness, that's real love, you know? And he's just the light of my life.
Does it change you, do you think?
It does, because, you know, the focus really isn't on me anymore. You know, it's about my son, and everything that I do for him. I want to be a good mother and a good person and a good role model. So it's changed me for the better.
I became a lot more emotional.
Yes.
Like, I became much more, I mean, I literally cry at everything.
Me
and that sort of happened after the kids. Because for you and within the show, you know, you've got to be on top of your game, and you've got to be quite strong in situations.
Yeah.
So having all these new emotions, I mean, does that bring out a softer side?
Yeah, well, it was funny when we were filming season 4, you know, I always felt this responsibility, you know, to be a role model for women. And I thought that was, you know, being strong and not showing my vulnerable side. But, you know, as we went through the season, I had a very traumatic birth. My water broke actually when I was filming. I was rushed to the hospital. I was already 10 centimeters dilated.
Oh, wow.
So we had to have a crash emergency C-section. And, you know, I was flatlining and my baby was flatlining.
Oh, my God.
That bad?
We both didn't almost make it. So it's one of those things that, you know, I just learned that, you know, to be so grateful for life and everything, because
so has it,
that would change.
Having gone through that with both you and your baby, I mean, that's horrifying. Has it changed you when it comes to the women that you work with in the office?
Yeah, I realized, you know, time is so precious. And you know, I'm 33 years old. I never thought in my wildest dreams that, you know, I would have a near-death experience. So in the new season, you know, you're going to see me tell my story and be vulnerable for once. And I never did that. You know, I was always afraid. I always wanted to be strong for people. But, you know, it was genuine and it was authentic for me to tell my story. And I'm so glad that I did, because, you know, I know that there's so many women that went through similar situations, and it's just all about trusting your intuition. And I knew my body was going through labor for 2 days, but my doctor actually, you know, denied me. She says, no, you're early, you're fine. And, you know, it taught me a lot of things. It taught me, you know, I don't care about petty stuff in the office with these girls, you know. I don't worry about the little things anymore.
So are you friendly with Chriselle?
I'm
sort of
friendly
going
with...
out for ladies' lunches?
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm friendly with everyone, you know. I do my best to create a good work environment, but, you know, she just kind of gives me the cold shoulder, but, you know, that's okay.
Well, she's dating your boss,
yes,
isn't she, Jason? And you've been quite sort of vocal about how you feel about that.
Yeah.
And you sort of question her intentions there a little bit.
Yeah.
And how genuine that is.
Yeah, well, you know, it's one of those things. I think at first we were all really, really surprised. But I saw Jason with my baby, and he was in love. He's a changed person. And I've seen a different side to him since they started dating. And at first I was, you know, a little suspicious, but I feel like, you know, it's definitely true love now, and I'm really happy for him.
Well, you've got two important things in the brand department at the moment. One of them being your book, How to Be a Boss B.
Yes.
I can say biatch. I asked this morning if I was allowed to say it, but there you go. And this, you're being honest, because you don't tend to talk about the past and growing up and where you were and who you were. But you've been very honest in this. I mean, arrested on your 17th birthday.
Yeah, I absolutely was.
What was the story surrounding that?
Well, my mother was very sick when I was growing up. She had cancer 2 times a year after. And we weren't sure if she was going to survive. So she pulled me out of school because she wanted to spend time with me and wanted to homeschool me, led to an alternative school. And I was in an alternative school with a lot of members of gangs, gang members, and, you know, people that were being sex trafficked. And it was just a really, really dark place. And I learned a lot. I fell in with the wrong crowd, and I learned that if I didn't change my behavior, I was on the wrong path, and I would spiral out of control. So this is the first time I'm getting real about my story. Because, you know, everyone asks me, how are you so confident? You know, where does this come from? You know, your hard work, all of your effort. And I said, you know, confidence is not something I was born with. It was something that I learned over the years. So I made a book for women and men who want to be a boss bee in any area of their life. So I have, you know, tips and tricks over the years of how I've learned things and manifested things.
Which is going to be hugely helpful for many people. And also there is the makeup. I mean, I'm looking at your makeup now, which is just beautiful and glistening at me. But this is a collaboration. This is Ciate.
Yes.
And so this is your own brand.
Yes, I'm so excited. I worked with Ciate, and it was just love at first sight. We have a really great technology that's never been done before. We have a patented lip cream that changes colors actually with hot and cold. So when you're drinking tea or having a popsicle, the colors actually change. And it's the first time it's ever been done before. So we're revolutionizing the beauty industry and doing something different.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And so fun. And we have so many other, you know, fun products, but that's definitely one.
Well, it helps that the boss of the company of Ciate is actually a fan of the show, doesn't it?
Charlotte.
That's always got to help.
Is fantastic. She's fantastic. And, you know, I've been working with an all-woman team on this, you know, in addition to Adam, who works at the company, who's been great, but it's been amazing, and I'm really happy about the collection.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
It's nice having you here.
Thank you
really
so
is.
much.
Come and see us again soon. Next
I will
time you're
take
here.
you up on that, absolutely.
The book, we should say, is not actually out until May next year here.
Yes.
So I don't know whether it's coming out.
It's available for pre-order now everywhere.
Right, OK, that's good. And of course, Selling Sunset Seasons 1 to 3 can be streamed on Netflix now, and the makeup is on sale at the moment.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure.
You're
We'll see you again.
Nice to have
Thank you.